I know our entertainer, he's patiently waiting. John Duggleby is back. Many of you saw him a couple of years ago, I believe, on Veterans Day. And then I think you were here for St. Patty's celebration, and now you are back in red, white, and blue.
And a drum circle.
Yes, yes.
Earlier this year, drum circle.
So,
Remember something.
enjoy, everyone.
Okay, you're a little quiet. Got you ramped up here, huh? Well, howdy, folks. It's time to party for the USA. Only in America can a kid from anywhere go to sleep a pauper and wake up a millionaire. Only in America and a guy who's washing cars take a giant step and reach right up and touch the stars. Only in America, land of opportunity, would a classy group like you listen to someone like me. And I'm really glad you're here. Only in America can a guy without a cent a break and maybe grow up to be president. Only in America can a dream like this come true. Can a guy like me start with nothing and end up with you? Only in America, sing with me. Only in America, come on. Only in America. Only in America, only in America, land of opportunity, would a classy group like you listen to someone like me. Only in America, only in America, only in America, yeah. Thank you, thanks a lot. Well, first of all, can everybody hear me okay? My voice, my instrument, yeah? Everything's perfect? As good as it'll get from me, right? Okay. Well, my name is John Duggleby, and it is really a pleasure to be back here. I always love coming to Oregon, and especially because this is a very big day today, I guess. The 33rd anniversary of the Senior Center, is that right?
Right.
Yeah, well, happy anniversary Senior Center, and we're coming right up to the 227th anniversary of our country. So, you know, with I've done a lot of different shows here, but today I'm going to do one you've never seen before. It's called America's Greatest Hits. It's kind of a musical walk through our nation's history, through some of the songs that made our country great. And I think it's really appropriate because Memorial Day is right around the corner, right? And so I want to ask a question before I start here. How many veterans do we have in the audience today? Raise your hand if you're a veteran. Raise your hand. Okay, how about a big, big hand for our veterans? Well, you know, a lot of these songs you're going to know too, so, you know, I'm going to officially make this show a sing-along, okay? Because, hey, it's a great party, and the more you sing, the better I'm going to sound. So help me out today. You're going to know this first one. It goes all the way back to the beginnings of our country. And I guess you could call it America's first great hit song. It goes all the way back to when we were nothing but a group of 13 ragtag colonies with the nerve to declare independence from the great and mighty England. Yeah, you know, England back then was the most powerful country in the world, and we weren't even a country yet. We were just a bunch of colonists. And when we wanted to be independent of England, the British, yeah, they just thought it was kind of a big joke. They even took a song that was popular, a children's song that was popular at the time. They took the tune and they put some new words to it. And in their lyrics, they were poking fun of the Americans. But you know, instead of being insulted, the colonists loved the song. It became the official theme song of the American Revolution, which y'all sing with me. It goes like this. Yankee Doodle went to town riding on a pony, stuck a feather in his cap and called it macaroni. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. Well, Father and I went down to camp along with Captain Good, and there we saw the men and boys as thick as hasty pudding. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. And there sat General Washington upon a slapping stallion, giving orders to his men. I bet there was a million. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. Those big red ribbons in his hat, they look so mighty fine. I wish that I could pluck one out and take it to my diner. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. Yankee Doodle, keep it up, Yankee Doodle dandy. Mind the music and the step and with the girls be handy. We know about 125 years later, one of our great American songwriters, Mr. George M. Cohan, took that Yankee Doodle song and put it in a new musical he'd just written. He rewrote it a little bit. His version, which I'm sure you know too, goes like this. Well, I'm a Yankee Doodle dandy. Let me hear you. Yankee Doodle do or die. A real live nephew of my Uncle Sam, born on the 4th of July. I got a Yankee Doodle sweetheart, she's my Yankee Doodle joy. Yankee Doodle went to London just to ride a pony. I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Yeah, I am that Yankee Doodle boy. Yeah, thank you very much. Thanks for that great singing too. Keep it up, we got a lot of good ones to come. You know, I can truly say that the Oregon Senior Center really puts me on a pedestal here. They did. This is their podium, and I've never played on it before, so I'm trying my best not to fall off and not to jump too high and get too excited today. So I may have to restrain myself a little bit from what I usually do. But back to the American Revolution, you know how that story ended up, right? We surprised the British. We whipped them. We became our own country, independent country, the United States of America. That's what I became. But the Brits had a hard time taking no for an answer, and about 30 years later, they were back on our doorstep again in what became known as the War of 1812. A little more bending today. And fortunately, we prevailed in that conflict as well. I want to sing you a song about the last battle of that war. Very interesting because maybe you know the story, but the battle was actually fought the day after the war officially ended. Yeah, it was the Battle of New Orleans. You know that story? Yeah, back then, you know, they didn't have, internet or cell phones, stuff like that for communication. And the British and Americans had signed a peace treaty in Washington, D.C. Well, way down in New Orleans, Louisiana, there was a whole bunch of British and American troops facing each other, and they hadn't heard the news yet. So they fought the battle. And there was a song about the Battle of New Orleans that became popular in the real late 1950s, early 1960s, when I was a young kid. And you know, remember that song? Is it by Johnny Horton? And I love that song, and I bugged and bugged my parents, so finally they bought me my very first 45 RPM record. You folks remember records, right? You know, yeah, I played a kid, so they don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, if you remember that song, sing along with me if you want. In 1814, we took a little trip, along with Colonel Jackson down the mighty Mississippi. We took a little bacon and we took a little beans, and we fought the bloody British in the town of New Orleans. We fired our guns and the British kept a coming. It wasn't as many as there was a while ago. We fired once more and they began to run it down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, we looked down the river and we see the British come, and there must have been 100 of them beating down a drum. Stepped so high that we made the bugles ring. We stood beside a cotton field and didn't say a thing. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. Wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run it down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the bars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast the hounds couldn't catch them down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Old Hickory said we could take him by surprise if we didn't fire muskets, so we looked him in the eyes. We held our fire till we seen our faces well, then we opened up the squirrel guns and really gave it well. We fired our guns and the British kept coming. Wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run it down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. We fired our cannon till the barrel melted down, so we grabbed an alligator and fought another round. Filled his head with cannonballs, powdered his behind. When we touched the powder off, the gator lost his mind. We fired our guns and the British kept it coming. Wasn't as many as there was a while ago. Fired once more and they began to run it down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Well, they ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. They ran so fast the hounds couldn't catch them down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Ran through the briars and they ran through the brambles and they ran through the bushes where a rabbit couldn't go. Ran so fast the hounds couldn't catch them down the Mississippi to the Gulf of Mexico. Hey-hoo!
Wow.
Thank you. Thanks so much. Valerie Riley. Well, after the War of 1812, the rest of the world left the United States alone for a little while, and we were kind of allowed to develop our own unique culture. And one of the things that really started to flourish was a uniquely American style of music. And along about that time came our first truly great American songwriter, Mr. Stephen Foster. Yeah, you all know, like, you know who Stephen Foster is, right? I mean, his songs are still so wonderful today. They're just as good as ever, even though they're over 150 years old now. And Stephen Foster wrote a lot of songs about places in the South, which was somewhat odd because Stephen Foster was born and raised in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, lived most of his life there. He only went south of the Mason-Dixon line once. He crept into Kentucky for a few months to visit some relatives. That was it. But he really left us with a lot of great songs about the South. So I want to sing a few of them. I'm not going to say for you, I'm going to say with you, because you're going to know all of these. So sing along with me, beginning with this one, which is the state song of Florida. Way down upon the Swanee River, far, far away, there's where my heart is certain ever, there's where the old folks stay. All the world is sad and dreary everywhere I roam. Oh Lordy, how my heart grows weary far from the old folks at home. Good singing. All up and down the whole creation, sadly I roam, still longing for the old plantation and for the old folks at home. Here we go. All the world is sad and dreary everywhere I roam. Oh Lordy, how my heart grows weary far from the old folks at home. All the world is sad and dreary everywhere I roam. Oh Lordy, how my heart grows weary far from the old folks at home. Here's a state song from Kentucky. Oh, the sun shines bright on my old Kentucky home. It's summer, time to be gay. The corn top's ripe and the meadow is in bloom. All the birds make music all the day. So weep no more, my lady. No, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home, for the old Kentucky home far away. Well, the young folks roll on the little cabin floor, all merry, all happy and bright. By hard times come a-knocking at our door, and my old Kentucky home good night. But weep no more, my lady, no, weep no more today. We will sing one song for the old Kentucky home,